Noorsign Books presents Ramadan Miracles, Stories of Faith Found in the Ordinary. 25 Dates. Part 2. Letters in the Dark. Melbourne, Ramadan. Khadija Abdi is a vet, a daughter, and a woman drowning in laminated lists of suitors. But in the space between polite tea and midnight confessions, she's about to discover that the truest love letters aren't written to a stranger. They're written to the one who already knows her name.
By the end of the first week of Ramadan, 3 names on the laminated list have small green ticks beside them. Progress, Hoyo announces at suhoor, tapping the paper with a spoon handle. We, Ahmed mutters under his breath, you and your spreadsheet. Suitor number 1, Zakaria, the accountant, was very good, according to the auntie panel. Decent job, straight teeth, Al-Quran recitation, acceptable. To Khadija, he'd felt like a polite job interview in a blazer. What's your 5-year plan? He'd asked, sambusa poised neatly. Inside, something had clenched. I am not a business proposal. Out loud, she'd smiled and said, Insha'Allah, specializing more in exotics. Maybe my own practice one day. The safe answers. Later, in the quiet of her parked Corolla, she opens the blue notebook. Dear whoever you are, suitor number 1 came with a CV, literally. Auntie Rama says it was just some papers, but I saw the summary section. He's very organized. My mother loves him. His teeth are straight. This is apparently a key criterion in the auntie algorithm. He asked my 5-year plan, and I wanted to say, still being alive, maybe owning a cat that isn't diabetic, still liking myself. Instead, I said all the things you're supposed to say when someone looks at you like a project they might invest in. Do you have a 5-year plan? I hope it includes asking me something that isn't on my LinkedIn. K. She winces at her own honesty, then closes the notebook without tearing the page. Outside, the city moves. Buses exhale. The afternoon light thickens to honey. Inside, a woman in scrubs writes letters to a man who may not exist, and to a lord who always has.
Suitor number 2, Abdullahi the Hafidh, meets them after Tarawih in a corner of Preston Mosque. His recitation curls through the prayer hall, beautiful and precise. Aunties dab at their eyes. Hoyo glows. What inspired you to memorize the Quran? Khadija asks, trying to find him beneath the title. My father died when I was young, he says softly. It was his dream. He talks about tajweed rules, competitions, favorite qari, sincere, devout, generous with advice. But not once. And you? What about your connection to the Quran? What about your work? Your doubts? Later, under flickering parking lot lights, she writes, Dear whoever you are, tonight I met a man who knows the Quran better than I know myself. He is kind. He is humble. He would make an excellent husband for someone else. He didn't ask me a single thing about me. I don't think it even occurred to him. Not from arrogance. Habit. He's used to being the one people ask. Sometimes I wonder if I'm like that too. Always answering. Never asking myself anything that doesn't have a neat bullet point answer. If you're reading this, you're not. Ask me something useless, please. Like, if you could be any animal, what would you be? For the record, I'd say quokka. They always look like they know a secret. K. The notebook fills, one quiet confession at a time. The suitors blur. Mo, the tech bro, tries to disrupt the halal food space while forgetting she's Sayama at 8 a.m. Abdurrahman, older and honest, arrives at a park with 2 sticky-handed sons and admits, "I don't think it's fair to you." Yusuf, the imam's son, shares a conspiratorial grimace over being ambushed by both families. "We'll die under the pressure," he says. Shuhada of expectation. Each meeting adds another layer to the ache. Each night, ink presses the ache into paper.
Mid-Ramadan, the house finally sleeps. Taraweeh is over. Ahmed is at the library. Khadija pads downstairs for water and stops. Hoyo sits alone at the kitchen table, head bowed over an old photo. The light makes a small island around her. Beyond it, shadow. It's the wedding photo Khadija knows by heart. Abba young and smiling, Hoyo in white, eyes lowered. Tonight, Hoyo's face is wet. "Hoyo," Khadija says softly, "do you need—" Hoyo jumps, sniffs, wipes her face quickly. "You scared me. Why you walk like a ghost? Say something." "Sorry." Khadija steps into the light. "You okay?" "I'm fine." Automatic. Then, after a moment, "Sit." They share quiet, only by the fridge's low hum. "This photo," Hoyo says at last, thumbs stroking the worn corner. "Do you know, on this day, I cried until my mother threatened to slap me." "You cried?" "Of course." A short, disbelieving snort. "You think I was excited to marry your father? I was 24. I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to stay in Mogadishu, not marry a man I saw twice and go somewhere." "Then why did you say yes?" "Because that is what we did. You trust your parents. You trust Allah. You say Bismillah." She exhales, a faint smile pulling at her mouth. "And your father was very handsome. That helped a little." Khadija laughs, startled. "The first night," Hoyo continues, eyes far away, "I cried so much. I did not know this man. He did not know me. But he made tea. He sat on the other side of the room. He did not touch me. He just talked about his sisters, how he failed his driving test 3 times. She chuckles. "He was very bad driver then, wallah." Her face softens. "I didn't love him," she says. "Not then. Love is, you survive a war together. You lose a house together. You cross an ocean together. You live in a metal shack and he gives you the last meat and says he is not hungry. You have a baby and he washes her without anyone telling him. You bury a child and he holds you so you don't break your own face from crying. That is love." Silence thickens. "When he died," Hoyo whispers, "I thought the world would end. Not because I can't live without a man. I am strong. But because he was my witness, the only one who saw everything, who knew me when I was a girl. When he died, I thought, who will see me now?" The question hangs, raw. "I don't tell you this to make you sad," she adds, straightening. "You think I am just a bossy woman with a spreadsheet. I am also that. But I am also a woman who knows what it is to have a partner and to lose him." Her eyes flick toward the list on the fridge. "You think I torture you with this. I am trying to give you what I had, a man who will stand with you when bad things come, and they always come, Habibati. The world is not kind to women alone." Khadija swallows, around the lump in her throat. "I know you love me," she says. "I do. I love you too much," Hoyo replies. Upstairs, the next letter starts differently. Not, "Dear whoever you are," but, "Ya Allah, I have been writing to a man I haven't met, but I think I've been writing to you all alone. You know what I want. I want to be loved for who I am, not my degree, not my samosas, not my, mashallah, such a good girl reputation. Just me. The me that cries in the bathtub after suitor tea, the me that talks to stray cats behind the clinic, the me that is so tired of being enough for everyone except herself. My mother loves me the way she knows. Laminated lists, group chats, control. She is terrified I will be alone in a world not built for women alone. I am terrified too, but more terrified that I will live my whole life performing roles and never finding what she had with my father. If there is a person for me, bring him to me, and if there isn't, make me enough for myself. Help me believe that you seeing me is not a consolation prize. It is the prize. Khadija. Days blur into night shifts, more suitors, more small kindnesses, small disappointments. Then, one evening near the 20th, the careful balance shatters. It starts with suitor number 6, the very nice boy from Sydney, whom Hoyo wants to video call. "I'm on call," Khadija says, pulling on her scrubs. "I might be in surgery." "You are always in surgery," Hoyo snaps, trailing her down the hall. "You think emergencies stop when you get married? You think your husband will say, 'Yes, go, leave the babies, go cut the dog'? No, you must start living like a wife from now." The words slice. "I'm not a wife," Khadija fires back. "I'm your daughter. I'm a vet. That's also a life. A life that will be very lonely when I die. Who will sit with you then? Your cats?" She gestures at the list. "I am doing all this so you don't." "Like you?" The words leap out, vicious, before Khadija can stop them. "Widowed and alone, and making everyone else's business your hobby because you don't have your own?" Silence slams down. Hoyo's face goes very still. "I see," she says quietly. "Go to your dogs then, Dr. Abdi. Maybe they will marry you." Guilt hits hard. "Hoyo, I didn't—" "Go," her mother says, back turned, "before your important animals die." The drive to work is a blur of tears and streetlights. By the time Khadija pulls into the clinic car park, her eyes burn. At 3 a.m., after a night of emergencies, the ward finally quiets. "Coles run?" Amira suggests. "Suhoor, I need milk. You need fresh air." "I need sleep," Khadija mutters. "Fresh air first, then sleep. Or I call your mum." "Low blow," Khadija grumbles. "Effective," Amira replies, tossing her keys. That's how she ends up in a nearly empty Coles in Coburg at 3:07 a.m. Hoodie over scrubs, hijab wrapped in the quick, imperfect way she reserves for takeaway runs. Fasting brain foggy, heart raw. The fluorescent lights buzz. A worker restocks bread. A teenager in earbuds prowls the lolly aisle. Khadija heads for the international food shelf. Tins of fava beans, dusty tahini, and one bag of Medjool dates, slightly squashed, sitting alone. She reaches. Another hand reaches at the same time. Their fingers brush. "Sorry," she says, pulling back automatically. "You take it. I can—" "You were here first." The voice is low, steady. She looks up. He's taller than her, in a simple hoodie dusted with pale flecks, sawdust maybe, dark skin, short beard, quiet eyes that actually look, present, not evaluating, just there. He holds the dates between them, not tugging, waiting. "You can have them," he repeats. "They're for my mum," she blurts. "She's particular about her dates." "Everyone's particular about their dates," he says. "I meant the fruit." A brief beat. The corner of his mouth twitches. "I know what you meant." To her horror, a small laugh escapes her, fragile but real. "I should let you have them," she says quickly. "I can grab the cheap ones near the front." He studies her face, tired eyes, scrub pants peeking under the hoodie, the way her fingers twitch on the basket handle. "Do you want them?" he asks. She blinks. "They're just dates." "They're never just dates," he answers, deadpan. Then, gently, "But I'm serious. Do you want them?" No one in this whole process has asked her that, about anything. The right answer is the polite one. No, it's fine. A joke, a shrug. Instead, something in her cracks. Her eyes sting. He notices, doesn't stare, doesn't look away, just stands, calm. "Are you okay?" he asks, then adds, carefully, "Not the I'm fine kind, the real kind." The question lands in the center of everything she's been holding in. At 3:09 a.m., hungry, exhausted, bruised from a fight she regrets, she lets the performance slip. "I'm really tired," she says, "of pretending." Fluorescents hum. An in-store jingle about hot cross buns plays somewhere, absurd. He nods once, like she just told him it might rain tomorrow. "Yeah," he says. "Me too." She swallows. "I'm Khadija." "Idris," he replies. "I build furniture. Workshop in Coburg." He gestures at the sawdust. "Evidence." She smiles, small. "That's very specific." He lets go of the dates. The plastic crinkles in her hand. "Thanks," she says, voice rough. "Happy suhoor," he answers. "Try to get some sleep." She wants to ask, "What are you pretending at?" But Amira appears, arms full of milk and yogurt. "Got your dates? The good ones." Khadija glances down at the bag she's somehow still holding. "Yeah," she says. "I got them." Back at the clinic, before catching 45 minutes on the staff room couch, she opens the notebook with trembling fingers. "Dear whoever you are, tonight I met a man over a bag of dates in Kohl's. This is not how I imagined this sentence going. He wasn't on any list. No auntie mentioned him. He had sawdust on his hoodie and eyes like he'd seen things and survived them. He asked if I was okay, the real kind. I told the truth. One sentence. It scared me more than any surgery. His name is Idris. He builds furniture. I probably won't see him again. But for 3 minutes under fluorescent lights, I felt more seen than in 3 weeks of tea that feel like auditions. Maybe that's pathetic. Or maybe I'm more starved for honesty than for food. Ya Allah, what are you doing? K. In another part of Melbourne, a man rinses sawdust from his hands, sets a bag of cheap, dry dates on his counter, and cannot quite shake the image of a tired woman saying, "I'm tired of pretending." You've been listening to Ramadan Miracles, a Noorsign Books original. Khadija's letters grow bolder, her heart more honest, and somewhere in Coburg, a man with sawdust on his hands is about to become the question she never knew to ask. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next miracle. Visit noorsignbooks.com to join our community and get the full collection. Jazakumullah khairan.